Today on Reese Dixon, we are upcycling thrift store plates so that we can feed the birds. Hi everybody, it's Teresa with ReeseDixon.com. Today I'm going to be continuing my trend of upcycling thrift store dishes, and this time I'm going to be making a bird feeder. I actually saw something like this at a very fancy home store and I just went, I can totally make that. So I went to my thrift store and I found a couple coordinating plates, and I've already drilled the holes. So what you're going to need, let me show you on this one here, is 3 holes. There's one there, and one there. So you'll need to kind of make a triangle support system and just measure in between the holes you're drilling to divide it into thirds. And plates are actually a lot easier to drill holes in than you think. You just have to have the right tools. So let me take you outside to where I have that all set up and show you how it's done. Here's the setup you'll need to drill through the plate. Anytime you're drilling glass or ceramic or tile, you'll have to have a setup like this. This is just a big plastic basin, and it's filled with a crappy towel that will help support this plate and that you can drill through without hurting anything, and then nice cool water. The water keeps everything cool because the hotter it gets, the easier everything will break, and it's a lubricant. The glass and tile and stuff like that, it's actually super abrasive, and so the water keeps everything kind of moving safely without causing breakage. So I'm going to be drilling directly into the rim of the plate. When you're drilling holes in plates, you want to make sure that you are at least ½ an inch in from the edge so that you don't crack through. You need it to be nice and stable. And then I've got the towel to kind of support everything, but the rim is higher than the base of the plate. So as I'm drilling, I'm just going to have to let the tip of the plate tip up like this, or let the rim of the plate tip up. And so you'll have to just account for that. So I'm going to be putting 3 holes in the rim, making like a little pyramid pattern. So I'm just going to start drilling. Oh, let me show you my drill bit. Ooh, you got to get a special drill bit that's made for glass and tile, and this is the kind that I like to use. So then I'm just I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so I've got everything positioned the way I want it. Ooh. So now I'm just going to go very slow, very low speed. You do not want to rush this or you'll break your plate. So slow and steady speed, not a lot of pressure, just take your time. And make sure that you give your bit a chance to cool down between holes. That took forever, but there's my perfect little hole. And as tempting as it is to really force it, your impatience will be punished if you do that, because you will break your plate and have to start all over again. So even if this takes a long time, it's going to be faster than getting halfway through and then having to start at the beginning again. So I'm going to use the design to guide me so that I can position my other 2 holes in a similar place so that it will suspend properly. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the plate that's going to go on the bottom, and then we'll be able to start assembling our bird feeder. Once your holes are drilled, it's super easy. You just need to bend a little wire and you're done. So I went ahead and already cut the chains the way I wanted them. I just got these chains at my hardware store, and I counted the links to make sure that each chain was going to be the same size. So you'll need 3 for each plate. And then on the end of it, I have a little piece of wire that's going to be my connector. So let me show you how I do that. This wire I also got at my hardware store. I got it in the fencing section. So it's like with the electrical fence stuff, like the chain link fences and that kind of thing. And so it's really good sturdy wire. So you'll need a little pair of pliers, and all you have to do is kind of bend it back and then roll it forward like that, and that makes your loop. That's all you have to do. So I made a loop and I attached it to one end of the chain. And so now I'm going to stick it through that hole I made on the plate and make another loop so that the wire can't come through, and that hole will kind of keep it where I want it to be. So this is my top plate. The way I'm going to have my bird feeder set up is I've got a dinner size plate that's going to go on the bottom, and then a salad plate that's going to go on the top, and they'll be suspended just like that. So on my top plate, I'm going to start adding my chains there first. I've already got one done like this. So you can see, just like I showed you, I put that bottom piece through and made the loop, but before I closed the loop, I added the chain that I'll be using to attach my bottom plate. So here I've got it so far. I put the top chain through, I started bending my wire loop, but before I close that loop entirely, I'm going to take the next piece of chain, hook it on, and then finish bending that loop around with my pliers, like that. And then so once this is attached, I can take it to my bottom plate, put that through, whoops, and then make another loop. And you just want to make sure that you don't get your chains tangled. You want to make sure that the chain you're attaching from the top to the bottom is in the right order and will go straight up and down. Here's all my chains attached. This took seconds. It's such an easy project. And now all I need to do is attach these chains on the top to each other so that it's ready for hanging. So I'm just going to take a keychain ring and thread all of my little chain links through this, and it'll be ready to go outside and hang up. So I've just hung this from a nail that's in my eave here of my house, and now I'm filling this up with bird seed. I chose a spot that was right in front of a window so that as I'm doing the dishes, I can watch the birds fly in and have their little breakfast, and that just sounds so relaxing and beautiful to me. So this was such an easy project. I think the whole thing cost me maybe $3 and just required a little bit of bent wire and a drill bit, and it was so simple. The inspiration project cost like $30 or something, and I did that for oh my gosh, the money I saved on this, it's ridiculous. I could make 10 of them. So I hope that this was inspiring for you to give yourself a challenge to try and upcycle something a little bit and bring some color and some beauty to your backyard. Please don't forget to subscribe. I've got lots more great ideas, and help me out by sharing these videos everywhere you can, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.